Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. It's Rock Mercury here, and welcome to the Rock Mercury podcast. Okay, today I got a lot of tea to talk about. I may be even richer right now. I found something today that I want to get into today. A little clue right there. Ooh, what's going to be in here? I'm telling you, unpacking may have unpacked a major situation. We're going to get into that in a second. But also, we're going to talk about the new Apple release that happened today. It was a big event. I'm whispering because everybody's sleeping. It's a huge house, but it's very echoey here. So I got to just be a little bit quieter tonight, which is fine. I love it. I love being around all the families here. It's been beautiful. Just got back from the gym, feeling great, feeling moisturized, happy, everything's great. I also want to talk about my experience with AT&T, and I may be switching my wireless over there, but it's a bigger story. But I learned something else new that cut my bill in half, and I want to talk to you guys about that too. So today's going to be a lot. My eyes feel kind of red from being in the sauna, so I need some water. Hold up. I got some water here. Crystal geyser. Gotta stay hydrated. It has been a day. A really beautiful day. A really beautiful day though. So let's get into this. I don't even know where to start. I think people care the most about the Apple event. So we're gonna talk about the Apple event. I didn't really watch all of it. I used to watch the whole thing when they released events. I used to be there for it. Oh my god, I gotta see everything live. These days, I'm not, I don't really care that much. I feel like it's all just okay. It's a little better than last year, a little better than last year. Nothing is that innovative. And we're gonna get into it now. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. I'm gonna start reading it from the website, from the Apple website. They released a few things today, a few new items. Mm. And we're going to get into what I'm excited about. I will be purchasing. I will most definitely be purchasing some things today, soon. Probably on Friday, because that's when the pre-sales start. So I think I will. I think I definitely will just start on Friday, just getting it locked in and ready to go. So okay, let's get into this. Hold on. What's up, Francis? Hello, good to see you. Hello, Rita. I see Rita's in the house. Joshua's here. Hello, Joshua. He said, "What is something that you are proud of about yourself?" That's an interesting question because I did open a box that took me down memory lane. I'm talking about memory lane, like this far memory lane. Hold on. Like this far memory lane. Oh crap. Oh, you guys. Old pictures, and this is me and I guess that's basketball. I was awful at basketball, but I found old photos. This is one of the things I found. I'm appreciative of my creativity and my commitment to creativity. I also found my old sketchbook, which was, this took me back, you guys. I want to get into that before I get into all of these other things with Apple and everything. We'll get into that too, but this is my old sketchbook. You know what? No, I'll get into this last. This will be the last thing I do for all the real ones. We're going to get into my sketchbook, which is kind of troubling, but then also beautiful. But I'm thankful I always committed to creativity. I feel like if I saw this and I was my parent, I would take myself to an exorcist. And my mother did do that. She did do that, literally. So it didn't work. I'm here. Alright, anyway. So let's go to this Apple event first, because that's what people care about the most. Okay, so this situation. Okay, let's start with the first one. It says, here's what we announced. It says the Apple event Introducing all new iPhone lineup, rebuilt AirPods Pro, 3 new Apple Watch models, and an exciting update to Apple Fitness. I'm honestly kind of bored, to be honest. I'm like, okay, whatever, same, same, same. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But what I care about is the iPhone, right? Like the iPhone itself. I want the new iPhone. I already have the AirPods. I'm not really willing to upgrade those just yet because I just got them and they're pretty doggone amazing. Um, I have some issues with them, but like not enough to upgrade them. They cost like $300, so it's like I'm good. I'm gonna keep my AirPods Pros until they break, cause I mean they work. Anyway, okay, let's get into this. So, the first one, they're introducing the iPhone 14 Pro. It says meet Dynamic Island, a magic new way to connect with your iPhone. Groundbreaking safety features designed to save lives and an innovative 48 megapixel camera. How do we get the 48 megapixels? How do we get here? How do we get to 48 megapixels? I don't understand. Weren't we just at like 10 megapixels and how do we get to 48? Is this new? Am I tripping? I don't even know what my camera has. 48 megapixel camera for a mind-blowing detail, all powered by the ultimate smartphone chip. Okay, let's learn more because that's what I'm getting. I don't even care. I'm getting this iPhone 14 Pro. Hey Brittany, good to see you. Brittany says, "Oh, I mean, it's crazy how things have been." Okay, that's how time flies. I found all kind of my old high school stuff too. It's been interesting. All right, so it says magical new way to interact with iPhone, groundbreaking safety features designed to save lives. I said I read that already. Pro Beyond, the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Pre-order starting at 5 a.m. Pacific PBT on 9/9 so Friday. So on September 9th is when it releases. Um, oh, shout out to my grandma. It's technically her birthday right now because she's turning 70 today, but she's sleeping, so I'm not calling her right now. But it's midnight, so happy birthday, grandma. My love my grandma. She's amazing. Um, but yeah, she's 70. That's amazing. I'm really happy to have her. Um, okay, so it's saying that so that's basically tomorrow then. This phone comes out tomorrow, 5 a.m. Oh my gosh, I better be up and ready. Um, so and then available starting at 9/16. So that means September 16th. It'll be available from $41 a month for 24 months or $9.99 before trade-in. All right, interesting. So we get deep purple, gold, silver, space black. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Yeah, deep, dark. Ooh, the silver is nice. The gold, I like. That deep purple is. I think I might get the deep purple. I think I'm leaning towards the deep purple right now. It's a deep, deep purple though. It's a deep, deep purple. Space black. I think they always do space black. The only one that's new is deep purple, and I like purple. I think that's what I'm gonna get. I think I get the deep purple. I love purple actually. Introducing Meet the New Face. Introduce a dynamic island, a truly Apple innovation that's a hardware, software, and something in between. Bubbles up music, sports, scores, FaceTime, and so much more, all without taking you away from what you're doing. Okay. I mean, alright. I need to know what's really. I'm still bored, you guys. I'm honestly still so bored. I don't understand what's new about this phone. It's better, you guys. It's new. It's new. Pro, iPhone Pro, $1,000 Pro. I'm like, okay, can you guys please tell me what's innovative? What's happening? Like, I know that there are extraterrestrials out there with extraterrestrial technology. So it's like, so give me something from the extraterrestrial world. I know you're trying. I know we're supposed to not believe that it's real in here, but can you guys give us something that's from that realm so we can feel like it's not just a better camera than last year or something? Like, what are we doing here? Okay, so it says now lock your screen. Is always a glance. Is always glanceable, so you don't even have to tap it to stay in the know. Okay, so facial recognition is better. Great. Thank you for tracking me more. Okay. All day battery life. It better be all day. They always say all day battery life, and then it just cuts out. This morning, I was on my phone uploading videos and just texting and stuff. And before 9 a.m., my phone went from 100% to 15%. And I'm just like, really? Really? That's what we're doing now? Very offensive, you know? Hold on, let me read these comments. Uh, Brittany says, OMG, are you getting a new iPhone? I sure am. I'm getting the iPhone Pro. Rita says, deep purple sounds nice. Yeah, deeper, it's a cute color. It's not too extreme, you know? Brittany says, yeah, purple sounds nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get the purple for sure if it's available. Um, my phone, wait, my pineapple now says Santa Claus. What in the world? Are you calling me Santa Claus? Are you that ignorant? Oh, people are so ignorant. Oh my god, people are so. Is this a child or something? Like, who is this writing this? Oh, Santa Claus, are you Santa Claus? Because you have a beard? Like, who says that? What kind of ignorance? Anyways, I'm bored of this person. It says, can I have a car this year, Santa? Ew. Do better, you guys. I'm talking about iPhones. Don't be like such a childish. Are you Santa? What idiotic. Anyways, Elite Reels says these phone people be lying. I mean, this is Apple. All these companies be lying. My pineapple says Santa Claus again with the emoji. What an idiotic person. Like, what a fool. My pineapple says not. That's funny for real. Oh God. I'm like really bored of this person. I wish they would go away. I think I'm just gonna block them. Um, really annoying. Um, Thank you so much. Ooh, I got some coins. What's up, Flower Bud? Thank you for the coins, Flower Bud. Appreciate you. Ooh, roses. Yes, Elite Reels. Thank you for the roses. I'm gonna use those roses to get me some iPhone Pro. Oh, 56 roses. 62 roses. Oh my god. Whoa, the roses keep going. 80 roses. You sent me 80 roses. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elite Reels. Says sending all the love from Cali. My people in Cali. Y'all in Cali. Just a side note before we continue talking about this whole Apple situation. I still have my house in California, and Southern Edison, California, not only sent me an email, a text message, and they called me, telling me that we need to lower our electricity usage so that there's all the rolling blackouts can stop, because the heat is so hot this September that it's just burning out people's um, electricity, and I don't. It's insane. It's really sad. So, I guess the grid has not been organized properly, or maybe we need more. I don't know what needs to happen, but just be safe out there. Stay hydrated. I could get political on this and be like, whose fault is this that the grid is messing up and we don't have there's no power in California. But I'm born and raised in California, so I don't want to even though I'm in Texas right now and I love Houston. I don't want to come for you guys that way because we have hurricanes here, so it's not like I'm protected and safe in any way. Um, I want you guys to just be safe and hydrated. And yeah, if you can save electricity for the ecosystem, but also for the rolling blackouts. It sucks because these huge companies are the main ones using the electricity. So it's like they're kind of like pushing it on civilians, like, oh, you guys are the ones, like, you guys have to do better. Make sure you're using less electricity. And it's like, that's not, like, civilians are like the least amount of people who are putting, like, I don't know who are using electricity compared to the huge corporations and rich people running their huge mansions. Like, I don't get, like, even with water usage, it's a lot. All right, let's. Oh, you sent me 45 more roses, Elite Reels. Thank you so much, Elite Reels. You're amazing. Um, Elite Reels says yes, rolling blackouts. 116 today. Elite Reels, where are you? What part of California are you in? Because that is insane. 115? Are we like in the apocalypse right now? What's happening? What is this? Um, Elite Real says crazy thing is nobody's power shut off. My AC stayed on all day. My kids still had football practice. Not your kids still having football practice in 115-degree weather. Anything but that. I hope your kid's safe. I hope that you're safe. I am in shock. I'm completely in shock. Um, Elite Real says the news is making it sound a lot worse than it is. You know, they love doing that. What would the news be if it wasn't sensational propaganda? What would it be? Like, Elite Reels is in Sacramento. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna call you Elite. Um, Elite is, oh my gosh. Sacramento's that hot. So, Elite says cooking towels and lots of water. Wait, cooking towels and lots of water. We we are Gucci, baby. I can't. Cooling towels. Okay, cooling towels. I'm like, don't be cooking towels in the heat. But technically, if it's a cooling towel, if like a cooling towel means like a wet towel usually. If you have that in the $115, sorry, 115-degree weather, that's gonna turn into a cooking towel pretty quick. It's gonna start boiling. It's gonna start boiling. Um, yeah, that's. I just please stay safe and hydrated. So yes, I drink lots of water. Keep it Gucci. But I love my Californians. Shout out to all of you guys. And shout out to my Texans. I'm not a Texan technically. I'm Californian because I'm born and raised. But I've lived in Texas long enough to be considered a Texan. I've lived at least over 10 years myself. My family's lived way over 10 years here. Almost 20 years here they lived. Um, but yeah, King Jr. says you speak Spanish, bro. Un poquito español. Muy un poquito, muy un poquito. Oh my god. I took 5 years of it, and I'm terrible at it. Like terrible, terrible. My best friend speaks Spanish fluently. It's her first language, but we don't talk in Spanish. We talk English to each other. Um, okay. Oh my god. Flowerbud says, "Hi, babe. Looking hot as always. Maybe a little fun after." Oh my god. Thank you so much, Flowerbud. Not today, but thank you so much. I appreciate your the tokens. Um, let's see. Have you been to New York City? Yes, I've lived in New York City. I love it there. And I'm planning on going back again for a long period of time. We'll see. Well, like a section of time. So, cause I love being in Houston. Houston's amazing. So I need to I'll spend some time and come back and go back and forth. But okay, let's get into this Apple release again, cause I'm still in shock. So we're sort of saying all day battery, life. Let's hope that's true. It says your photo, your font, your widgets, your iPhone. Well, okay, iOS 16 lets you customize your lock screen in fun ways, layer a photo to make it pop, track your activity, rings, and see live updates from your favorite apps. I mean, okay, that's nothing that's deep. I don't know. A display that's up to 2 times brighter in the sun, brilliant. That's a good thing because sometimes I'm in the sunlight and it's just like hard to see it. It's really hard to see the phone. So I hope that's true. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but okay, I'll take that. Um, so what's somebody saying? Gleeful says, a good? What's so good about Houston or Texas in general? Um, the vibe here, like Where I live is so beautiful. It's like in the woods. It's a lot of nature. We have a beautiful lake. The people here are just like doing their thing. Like they're running their businesses. Like they're taking care of their properties. We have HOAs here, which is homeowner associations that keep everything tight and right. The homeless population is like not that big as compared to LA, because it's so hot out here that the homeless can't survive out in the heat. So that's kind of a good thing compared to LA, because LA, they just throw them out on the street. And I'm telling you, even in Beverly Hills, there's tents everywhere. But somebody at the gym told me that Austin, which is one of the most amazing cities in Texas, that they have a whole tent city there. So I don't know. That might be changing in Houston, but where I'm at, I don't have that issue. Like it's just very beautiful. Um, you get a lot more house for your money. Um, I just like the culture here. The food is amazing. Like it's as far as like the options at the grocery store, we have HEB. It's called Henry Edward Butt, but it's really here. Everything's better. Um, Grocery store, it's so good. Such good food there. Um, we have a Lifetime Gym, which is like my favorite gym. So I don't know. I just think things are better here to me. It's like really, you feel like you're living luxuriously every day, and you are. So I don't. I mean, it's hot. I love the heat. So it's hot so often here. Um, the only thing I wish that it wasn't was I wish that there wasn't as much religion here. I feel like there's a lot of churches here, and I think I consider religion to be very ignorant, and so it's kind of like hard for that. But also, I don't really care. People mind their own business, so it doesn't matter. But there's just a lot of churches here, and it can get a little bit cultish at times. I used to be involved in the church and work at the church, so I'm not like coming out of left field. Um, but that's the only thing I don't really like that much. But it doesn't bother me. Like they never bother me. Like they don't even fight you. They don't try to convince you to be part of their church. It's just more of like there's so many of them here that makes me feel like, oof. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I don't mind religious people. My whole family's religious, so it's like it's what it is. But there's just so many churches here, so many, and they're making money. Okay, anyway, so vital new safety features for the iPhone. It says features we hope you'll wait. Oh God, we'll hope you'll never have to use. I think it says features we hope you never need. Okay, so basically it's saying emergency SOS via satellite. So even if you don't have any signal, apparently you can use your satellite and send out an emergency situation to get them to protect you or like save your life. That's a good thing. Um, Peace of mind when you're off grid. If you don't have cell service or Wi Fi, iPhone lets you text emergency services over satellite. Whoa. That's huge. That's pretty huge. Make sure your phone has battery though. Shoot. See how it works and make it all possible. I don't know. All right. Crash detection. Calls for help when you can't. Ooh. So it says it looks like you've been in a crash. iPhone will trigger emergency SOS if you don't respond. Whoa. So if you were in a crash, your phone's gonna save your life. So for me, like these features seem cool at first, but when you think about them more, it's kind of invasive. But also, like, who cares? Everything's invasive. Our whole system is invasive. Like, cameras are everywhere. Like, there's satellites everywhere watching us. Like, it doesn't matter. At least the phone is trying to save your life, I guess. At this point, like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's literally everything's. Alexa's always listening to you. Siri's always listening to you. Everybody's following you. It's not even that deep anymore. It's like, whatever. Like, at least it's gonna work for you at this point and save your life if you're in a crash. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm a public person at this point. I don't even care. I'm so over it. People lie and they say, "Oh, I care about my privacy, my protection, Nobody cares about their privacy. People are going out. if you go outside your house, then you don't care about your privacy because the second you leave your house, or even in your house, you're being invaded on. You're being monitored. It's just how it is. Bolkin says, "What's good, bro? What's up, Bolkin? Boykin, whatever. Everything's good. How are you? Okay, the pro camera system gets massively more pro, as it should, because it always does every year. Up to 4 times the resolution for jaw dropping cropping. It literally says that up to 4 times the resolution for jaw dropping cropping. What even is this? What even? What are we talking about? Like every year they said the camera's better. Are we gonna start seeing X-ray vision now? Like what do we get? What are we doing here? How much better can the camera be? And I've done I've done over 6 different commercials for Apple, and I've worked with them. I can't talk about them because I signed crazy paperwork that'll get me sued. But I've worked with them a lot. They are very secretive. But I will say that we have shot some of the commercials on the iPhone, and it aired on TV. So it's kind of like that's kind of cool because a lot of other commercials I've done, we have to shoot on these huge, over $100,000 cameras, and just to be on TV, you know. So it's kind of cool that they can shoot a full commercial on an iPhone. So that's true. And the only reason I can share that is because they did put that in the commercial. So that's not technically something I'm exposing from behind the scenes, so I don't get sued. But shout out to Apple. Hello, Apple. Hire me again. Actually, I don't care if you hire me again because I have my own company, so whatever. Bolkin says, "Love the lives, by the way. Thank you so much." Boykins is crying. Oh my god, crying face. Says not worth it at all. I mean, I'm gonna buy this phone. I may be reading it to filth, but it's still the iPhone Pro 14, whatever that means. So I'm getting it, but I just wanna. I don't understand. Okay, so it's saying iPhone 14 Pro raises the bar for what 48 megapixels can do, delivering 4 times the resolution in Pro RAW for mind-blowing detail in every crop. What? 65% larger sensor than the iPhone 13 Pro. 65% larger? They're just throwing numbers at me. Nothing's like, these are cool things, but I feel like these all should have been here already, you know? The boy Miles says, "I got school in the morning, but I stayed up to watch you." Oh, the boy Miles, thank you so much. Go to sleep. I'll be uploading this video on my YouTube, on all the podcast formats, including Spotify. So I want you to go to sleep. I do not want you having a restless day tomorrow because of me. So I'll be posting this video. It'll be up tomorrow because I still have 4 more videos before this to post, but I'm posting them all tomorrow because I did a lot today. But thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and you staying up, but I'd rather you be ready for school. Not that I think school's that important, but just more that, like, if you care about school, then I want you to be having a great day. Like, sleep is important. But thank you so much for your support, and I will be posting this, and I really am thankful. The boy Miles says, "Okay, good night. Keep up the good work." Thank you, the boy Miles. I'm gonna follow you. Actually, I'm following you right now, just for as a gratitude for you being up. Thank you so much for your support. I just followed you. So make sure you're posting some good content since I follow you now. So you're going to probably show up on my FYP page. Alright, so now it's saying the picture of versatility. The new Pro camera system adds 2 times the optical quality telephoto to its zoom range, putting tons of framing flexibility in your pocket up to your frame game. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna be skipping through this. Y'all can go to the website and kind of look to each of these, but I just kind of want to skip through all of this and see what the real things I care about are. Breathtaking frames per second. So now it's 4K HDR, 24 frames per second, film industry standard. Have your people call our people. Cinematic mode. New. Okay, so now it's cinematic. You can seamlessly edit with other pro footage in 4K. Okay, cool. Shaky action shot. Fix it on pro. Also, you can change the shakiness and stabilize your video on pro. That's a good thing. I'm here for that. Um, I think that's it. Main telephone ultra wide. Okay, camera is a class by itself. Good. I'm glad the selfie camera is good too. 2 times better low light photos on the selfie camera, the front facing camera. I'm the mastermind behind it all. Say hello to the A16 Bionic Ultimate Smartphone chip. Okay, whatever. A battery that's all in all day. Alright. So long SIM tray. eSIM makes things simple. You can activate your new phone or add carriers digitally, so you're calling and texting in no time. Interesting. So no SIM cards anymore. That's good. And unlike a physical card, eSIM can't be removed if your iPhone is lost or stolen. Ooh. eSIM lets you have multiple phone numbers and data plan. Okay. Traveling is a breeze. Before you go, activate an eSIM for the country you're visiting. Alright. Okay. Interesting. I'm not traveling nowhere. I don't think I'm going out of the country again. I mean, I'll be doing road trips, but I'm not. I'm probably gonna stay in the country the rest of my life. Like, I'm so terrified of leaving the country with these new crazy laws, and it's just sketchy. Everything in international travel is so sketchy now. I'm glad I did it while I did. I'm glad I went to Paris, France. I'm glad I went to Italy, to Florence, Italy. I had a great time, but I'm good. I'm done. I did Mexico. I did want to go to Canada, but I'm good on that too. Unless I drive there. But even then, I don't know if I need to go. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep to go to these places. Like, traveling is not that deep. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. Um, okay, privacy is built in. So it's privacy. Apple has a plan. It says iOS 16 personal and powerful iPhone for all. Have even more fun with your iPhone. Okay, this is all the same. Okay, great. Find your deal. Get up to $1,000 credit after trade-in. Ooh, alright, so I may be doing this with AT&T and maybe switching it over. I want to tell you what happened with that before I go to bed, because I am tired. But I'm going to get into a few more things before I go to bed. So that's the iPhone. That's the only thing I really care about. I'm going to tell you guys what else they have available. They also released the iPhone 14, just the regular iPhone 14, not the Pro. Not the Pro, just the iPhone 14. It says, say hello to the iPhone 14, the new supersized iPhone 14 Plus with awesome all-day battery life, groundbreaking safety features designed to save lives, and even more spectacular low-light shots. Okay. I guess it's not as poppin' as the other one, but whatever. And then they have the new AirPods Pro, redesigned for an even richer audio, next-level active noise cancellation, and adaptive transparency, personalized spatial audio, and 6 hours of battery life from a single charge. Ooh, okay. I already have my iPhone AirPods. They're, like I said, they really have changed my life. I do use them all the time. I'm not getting these new ones unless my other ones break. That's all I gotta say on that one. I'm not even gonna read it. Don't really care. The new one, it looks the same as the one I have too. It looks exactly the same from this picture. Alright, so the next, it says the Apple Watch Ultra is out, which makes me glad that I didn't get the Apple Watch with the Hermes, like, wristband, because they keep on changing the watches. Oh, they keep changing them out. So what's the point of getting the old one? Or like getting one at the beginning when there's all these new ones now. So the Apple Watch Ultra is introducing the most rugged and capable Apple Watch ever, made to withstand extreme conditions, designed for athletes of all kinds with specialized bands, endurance training, outdoor adventures, and water sports. Water sports? Put the thing in sport. Okay. Alright, I'll click on that because I'm kind of interesting. Oh, there's also an Apple Watch Series 8. But why get that when you can get the Apple Watch Ultra? I don't know. Let's see. For athletes that do the same, adventure weights, pioneer engineering, looks tough because it is. To build the ultimate sports watch, we crafted every element with painstaking attention to detail for unparalleled performance. Titanium strikes the perfect balance between weight, ruggedness, and corrosion resistance. The new case design rises up to surround the flat sapphire crystal and protect it from edge impact. The digital crown is larger and the side button is raised from the case, making them easier when you're wearing gloves. Okay. This website is really cool, as it should be. It's Apple. The biggest, brightest Apple iPhone, Apple iWatch. Let's see how much it costs. That's all I care about at this point. Get me to the price. I want to do it in one this time. I'm just going to do the iPhone. I may come back and get the Apple Watch. I never had one. My mom has one. She loves it. She wears it every day. I might get one too. It'll keep me on schedule, that's for sure. Up to 60 hours on low power settings for full days of adventure. That's really great. Up to 60 hours. So it's waterproof, groundbreaking even in the sea. That's a big deal. Let's see what else is going on. I don't really swim, so it doesn't really matter for me, but it's good to know. Everything you love about Apple Watch, alright, environment, fitness. Get up to $155 towards it. Okay, so the Apple Watch Ultra is $800, $799. It's $800, you guys. The Apple Watch SE is $249. The Apple Watch Series 8 is $399. Of course I want the top one. Like, why would I want any other one? I don't understand. Well, I'm gonna get that one at some point, not now. But maybe by Christmas I'll get it for myself. We'll see. That's cute though. Apple Watch, $800 though. I guess that's not a big deal. People buy Rolexes or whatever. It does a lot of things. They're releasing the Apple Watch SE. Then they have an Apple Fitness Plus. So now all you need is iPhone to subscribe and access the largest collection of 4K Ultra HD fitness and wellness content in the world. Okay, like whatever. Stay motivated with on-screen coaching, timers, and trainers. Call-outs as you work out. Available later this fall for iPhone users. Okay. I don't care. I'm not watching those people or anybody. Alright, that's fine. That's all I have to say for Apple event. I'm closing the window down. I'm gonna be on the Apple website at 5 a.m. Whenever it's time to upgrade, because I'm ready. I'm definitely getting that phone. That Pro. I'm getting the Pro Max. That's my plan. Pro Max. Alright, so that's that. Let's get into what else I want to talk about real quick. I went down memory lane. We're still unpacking at the new house here. And I found some things that are very amazing. So one thing, like I showed you guys earlier, I found my Pokemon cards I've been looking for. Now, the reason why I said earlier I may be rich, even richer right now, is because I don't know how much these cards are worth. I have some amazing cards in here that I think are rare. So we're gonna look at them. This is um, my old case. I put them all in plastic. These are my best cards. Pikachu. Have my little Pikachu sticker on there. I can't believe it's still here. Like, when I saw it, my heart stopped, you know? But I have some amazing cards in here. Now, some of them may be a little damaged. I hope not, though. My prized possession, my Pichu. I have some, like, crazy cards in here. I think some of these are worth a lot, you guys. They're, like, all holographic. Like, these are major. But I have to figure out. I gotta find somebody who can help me, like, understand which cards are worth what. So I gotta figure that out. Y'all, oh my gosh. Like, I may be, like, really rich off of this. And I got a Mewtwo. Like, I can't believe I have this. I cannot believe I have this Mewtwo. They all look in really good condition, you guys. Like, and have the special Mewtwo too on the bottom. That's the special one. Oh, it's insane. I might be holding like $1 million right now in my hands. So I don't even know. So much rarity. I'm like in shock right now. I should have came out here earlier and just searched for this. I can't believe I just happened to run across it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane, you guys. I have to be careful with these cards. Oh crap. I thought I dropped them all. I dropped some of them on the base. Okay, so these. Oh my gosh. Vaporeon. Oh, it's insane. Oh, it's insane. It's insane. I have too many to even go through. Like, I need to go sit with somebody who's a professional. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Wait, hold on. Is this the one? Oh my god. I have it. Oh my god. I have the ancient Mew. Oh my god, you guys. Oh, this one's a little creased. There's some stuff on there. I don't even know. I don't know what to do because it's like a little stuff on there, but hopefully it's still. This one should have been protected in one of these, but that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, I'm just gonna put this back into this plastic bag. And I know some of these are worth something crazy. I feel like it has to be. I'm so thankful I have them. So thankful. I'm gonna go and find a professional and sit with them and figure out what these are worth. You know, how to broker them out, because shoot, it's time. It's time. So that's that. And last thing I want to show you guys is some of my sketchbook, because I was kind of in shock. My sister and I went through a little bit of this. This is my old sketches from when I was younger, a kid. Or like, I think in high school, part of it, but it's been a long time. And this is like, you know, just get a sketchbook, be creative, have your, let your creativity flow on blank pages. I did. First of all, I have some letters from my little cousin. She wrote me some letters, really sweet. That was really sweet of her. She said, "I miss you, Myron," and stuff like. You just really, anyway. I shouldn't say that, my name. Yeah, there's some really sweet messages in here. Touched my heart a lot. Oh my gosh. Like it's supposed to be me and my cousin. I can't. I can't. I just want to cry. I'm gonna keep. I can't. I have to just keep going. Wow. Makes me emotional because this is the same cousin who was kept away from me for a while because her mother was homophobic and racist. Not racist, but homophobic and a bigot for her religion. And so she was like, you can't be in their life because of your religion. You're not religious, and you choose to be married to a man. Like, it was just a toxic thing in my family that we went through. We're over it now, so I don't even care about it anymore because, like, it just doesn't matter anymore. Like, they're grown. Like, she's now 17 years old. And so it's like, she's, like, grown now, like, living her life. I'm really proud of her. I just saw her, like, last weekend, a few days ago. And so, but it's just beautiful to see these now. And, like, just remember what things were like before bigotry. Anyway, let's get into some of these sketches that I did. This is the first one I came across. I love this one, to be honest. It really looks like one of my friends, like my creative director, who some of you guys may know from my Instagram, but it kind of looks like him in a way. It's so bizarre, but I'm going to show you guys. It's like I drew this. It's like a dragon, and I don't even know what I was thinking here, but I did every detail on this. While I probably should have been in looking at whatever was happening in school, I just was drawing and like, I love this painting. I think I'm gonna use it for some of my music. Like some different visuals for my new album or something. I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. But that was interesting. I did this one right here. I don't know why I did this one, but this is like a sketch. I don't know, she's like a streetwalker. I don't know what I was doing this photo of, but I was sketching it. I used to draw all the time. I don't really draw as much. I think we need to keep drawing. Like, if you love something, just keep doing it. I've always loved art, but I just always like put different other stresses in front of what I love, and I wish I just continued. Now this one right here is what I'm still processing. Oh wait, no, this next one I'm still trying to process because it's pretty intense and it's kind of happening in my life right now. Some of these things. This painting, this picture I drew, it's so detailed. There's so much to this, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I should explain it. I feel like I just want to frame it because I think it's done. I don't want to add anything to it. I just want to frame it and be done with this. I think I will be buying frames for some of this. I think I'm going to be even selling it as I get more famous. Probably gonna sell these, to be honest. I don't want to keep cluttering everything. I want somebody who's gonna value this to keep it, because I could just keep everything and I'll just be cluttered the house down boots. But I want to scan it, and then I'll sell an NFT of it, and then I'll like frame it and sell the actual sketch of this. But it's pretty deep. Like, it's pretty intense. Like, there's a lot to this. I don't know what I was thinking at this time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I can explain this one. Wow. My sister thought that this was Mickey Mouse right here, but I will say that that is not Mickey Mouse. Like right there, she thought it was Mickey. That's not Mickey Mouse. I think it's California and Texas. It's kind of a disturbing picture. Like, it's kind of disturbing, but it's like, I don't even know what I was thinking at this time. I'm gonna frame this, because I'm like afraid to even mess it up. There's so much in this. If you look deep into it, it's like, I like honestly feel like if I was my parent and I saw this, my kid draw this, I would send them to an exorcist and a therapist, and also keep a very close eye on them. All of which my mom did. She sent me to an exorcist. She sent me to a therapist, and she always keeps a close eye on me. And I'm thankful for that because she's amazing. I have a great mom. We've had our differences, but we've grown through the years. And this is very troubling, but it's also like very beautiful. This painting, this picture. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Gleeful says, bro, that looks so crazy and actually good. Thank you, Gleeful. Says you should frame it. Yeah, I'm gonna frame it for sure. I'm gonna frame these. Absolutely gonna frame them. Ooh, this one is dark. This one's gonna be hard to see. I'm gonna show you guys. So this one was when I was super depressed. I was super, super depressed. But I felt this. You see the calendar has scorpions coming down, eating away at the heart, while there's butterflies in the sky outside the window. Are those butterflies? Oh no, those are hearts flying out there. Those aren't butterflies, those are hearts out the window. And it's like this whole situation. It's kind of crazy. I can see the heart being eaten. I don't know, is that the heart bleeding? Yeah, it's bleeding. Oh my god, I'm so dramatic. But it's so crazy that it's so like it's just taking me to a space where I don't even remember what I was thinking at this time. Thank you, Flower Bud, for the tokens. Thank you so much. Okay. Ooh, this one's kind of crazy too. This one, it doesn't look like I finished it, but I mean, I'm not gonna continue it, so it's finished and it's gonna be finished. But I think this is me trying to climb out of depression or something, or like an image. I don't know. It's just because I was saying I didn't finish it because I feel like this is supposed to have more rocks on the bottom, but maybe not. How many rocks are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, there's 7 rocks. That's my lucky number. So maybe that is complete. Oh my gosh. Okay. 7 is probably my lucky number because of religious reasons, but I'm not even religious anymore, but I've always loved 7. I'm born on the 17th, so I think that's part of it. I wish I could draw like that. This was so many, over 15 years ago. So I don't even know. Like, oh my god, this is crazy. What is this? This looks like Michael Jackson. I don't know who this is. Is that supposed to be me? At a long table alone with all this food? Was I predicting something? Was I like, are these visions? I have visions all the time, so I don't know if these were visions. And there's some papers in between that are missing. I remember this one. This one I scribbled on a page similar to this. The back, you see this back? I scribbled like that. But I scribbled differently, like scribbled with more intention, and I did this. So I made this. I like scribbled and then, but like with intention. Because the first time my mind wasn't clear and it came out like that at first. And I was like, no, this is not it. So then I did it again. But I did it like while meditating at the time back then. And then I colored each one in with different colors. It took me forever. Well, not that forever. I think it took me like a few class periods. I hated being in school. This is how I survived school. I really love this. I really love this a lot. It's kind of crazy. Like I remember what I was thinking when I did this. I remember I was just like, I wonder if I just did a different color for every section. Like, I don't know. I left my paintings in LA, so I may have to like get new photos of those. Anyway, the other paintings. And that's everything in this sketchbook. I used to have a whole other bunch of sketchbooks, but I don't know where they all are. But this one was, I'm trying to think if I hid anyone, if I hid anything in these other pages. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just hide it so nobody sees it. Okay, not in this book. I didn't hide anything. So, yeah, I'm going to frame all of those things. And I'm going to add them to my collection on my art gallery on my website. Because I'm not going to judge myself on my art. I think my art, I used to hate my art because I thought it was just not good enough and all kind of stuff like that. But now I'm in a space now where I recognize like my gifts and what I am good at, what I love to do, and I'm gonna accept it, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna make it available because I don't need to keep all this stuff. What's the point of me keeping it all? I would rather scan it, offer it on NFT so I can keep making money on it if it keeps selling, if it does keep selling. And then I want to sell the actual pieces itself, but I'm gonna sell the actual pieces for a lot more because this is only one of one. I'm not doing this again. I'm gonna keep making more art too, like I did a few months ago, where I did a live painting with you guys for 3 hours. I live painted a black canvas. It was so fun. I love doing that. I'm gonna do it again here. I have all my paints right in the closet right here. I'm ready to do it again. So I'll be doing that soon. But yeah, it took me back. Like, this is over 15 years ago, and it took me back. I also found my old songbook when I was working with my old producers, Beyonce's producers and stuff out here in Houston, Texas. Like, they did their whole marketing saying that we work with Beyonce. Like, that's how I know that they would work with her. And I spent so much money with them, working with them and writing. I didn't even realize how the industry worked at that point. But I wrote so many songs, and I found the book with all the lyrics. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been looking for this. I've been looking for this for so long. And now I can go and redo some of those songs with my own beats now that I'm a producer. So I'm going to redo those so I can release those too. I'm ready to make music every day. And I miss doing that. I love making music. It's my favorite thing in the world. I do love painting and drawing as well, but I love making music. And it's crazy because that's the thing I do the least. I do it the least. Like, I write songs all the time, but I have all my other businesses take my time up, and the world can just pull you so many directions from what you really love. And so I'm going to be reacclimating myself to what I really love to do. Jazz says, yeah, skin always looking glowy and well hydrated. Yes, hunty, you know. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I did make a new version of my shea butter today. Today I used tea tree oil, which I love using, lavender, and sage. Just those three. Tea tree oil, lavender, and sage. I didn't do a video on it because I was rushing out. I actually, to be fully transparent, I didn't even have time to melt it in boiling water. So what I did was I put my shea butter as a solid raw shea butter into a glass mason jar. I don't suggest you all guys do this, all of you, but this is what I did. I put it into a mason jar. I took the droplets of essential oil, put it into that mason jar, like I do in my video where you can watch a few videos ago where I show you guys how I make my essential oils. So I do everything like you see in the video, like put the oils in, but it's solid, and I put it on top, and then I sealed it real tight, took it to the gym with me, went into the steam room, which I love going to the steam room because I just go meditate in there and stretch, get my breath in, and just really pull it together in there. And I put it right next to where the steam comes out, like the spout. Put it right under it, and it melted it all, which is how you mix it. So it melted everything. I actually have it in my bag right here. I'll show you real quick. I have it in my bag. Let's see. Let's see if it's still melted. And hopefully it's settled by now. But I melted it all, and it smells really wonderful. Hold up. I gotta do laundry tomorrow. Okay. I got this cute bag, by the way, for my little gym bag, my little gym toiletry bag from Target. It's so cute. It's like little leather. It's really adorable. Let's get into this. Oop, it's solidified. It has solidified. Ooh, kind of. It's kind of slushy still, but it's turning back into a solid. But it melted, and it distributed all the essential oils and the natural raw shea butter. That sage is so nice. Oh my god, the sage and the lavender. The tea tree oil, you don't smell that much, but you know what's in there. You know it's like keeping everything together. Like, I've been feeling so healed. So healed. Like, amazing lately. We had pizza for dinner. My brother-in-law, his family came into town, who I consider my family too. Love them dearly. They're Italian and Venezuelan. One is Venezuelan, one is Italian. And they're just the most beautiful, wonderful people. And they made our Italian grandmother. She made pizza, like real pizza from like Italy type, and it was just so good. It was so good. I wasn't completely vegan today. I did eat a little bit of cheese, not too much, just a little, because they didn't have like it. You know, in America they put all this cheese on there. No, it's just a little bit. So I feel okay, but it was just so good. Like just to have that, you know, that delicious, authentico Italian food. Oh, it was everything. And my sister made some Italian pasta yesterday with some sausage. It was beyond sausage, but it was good. She seasoned it right. I've been eating good, y'all. I'm getting my muscles. Not from working out. I do work out. I do yoga more, but I'm getting my muscles back from holding my baby nephew. He's like 26 pounds or something, and I'm like, I hold him like this. And some of my muscles are like, because when you hold them for so long, the weight becomes bigger. Like it becomes like as if you're holding something that's 60 pounds or something. Like you have to, because you're like, the fatigue happens. So you don't need like heavy weights. Like I go to the gym and I see people, I don't touch the weights at all, but I see people like lifting these crazy amounts of weights and like risking their back and their knees and spine and everything. But they don't have flexibility or they're getting injured. But if you just hold smaller weights, you really can get some strength happening without all that. But I love it. I'm having a great time. I feel probably the happiest I've ever been in life right now, which makes me a little bit nervous because it's like whenever you're the happiest, you have nowhere to go. But like now, but I don't feel the same way this time. I feel like, yeah, things are gonna happen. Like something tragic has happened this year. Like we've lost people in our life. People have died in my family, and it's been heartbreaking. But I still feel like overall things are going well in life. And I gotta keep moving. I can't be in depression and you can't miss people forever. I mean, you can miss them, but you can't like just wallow within the sorrow of missing, in despair. You can't wallow in despair. You have to keep on going. You got to. Otherwise, you miss out on the beautiful, briefly beautiful experience of life, you know? So, Jazz says, period, honey, take it to the steam room with you. That's right, whatever works. Do you put it on your face and body? Yes. I put it on the face, body, hair, everywhere, because the essential oils I get are all organic and pure. So, and they heal the skin. They're good for the skin, like they're nourishing my skin. So, and don't forget, the skin is your biggest organ. So don't just go putting anything on there, like aluminum and fluoride and all these crazy chemicals and probians or whatever the heck. all that stuff, additives. You don't need all that. Like, pay attention to what is natural and pure. Gleeful says, "What's your opinion on sun gazing?" I don't think you should stare at the sun because it might burn your retinas, but I think getting a lot of sunlight is important. But maybe don't stare at it. That sounds like not a good idea. No, not a good idea. Let's see. Jassy says, "You aren't ever coming back to Cali, huh? It sounds like you're loving Texas." I mean, I have my house in California, and I pay all my bills in California. I pay my rent, pay every, I'm paying the mortgage, whatever. Like, I mean, I still have my house, so my team is still using the house. Whenever I come there, I have a place to be. I was gonna buy another house in California, but I'm like, I'd rather buy a house here, another house here. But I'm really happy where I'm at. I love living with my family. Like, I didn't think I ever would want to live with anyone again because I've lived alone for so long, for years and years. I lived by myself, and I could live by myself now. The house is, I can go to my house is like available. I can go live by myself right now. I can get in the car and go to my own place. But I just really enjoy where I'm at. I'm very thankful to be able to like hang out with my people I love every day while they're here, especially when we lost somebody so important to us this year. And it makes me want to cry just thinking about the reality. Like, I wouldn't even be in this house if it wasn't for this person, my aunt. Um, she was so amazing, and I still can't believe she's gone. I'm like, I just saw her, and I'm like, she has changed our lives, and it's painful. It's painful to like process that she's not here anymore. I want to spend the most time I can with the people I love, and I'm very happy to be here. Jazz says, "You literally have seemed so happy since you've been there. It's great to see." Thank you so much, Jazz. Thank you. I was working so hard in LA, and I still am working hard here. I'm working even harder here, but I'm happier here, and it's fulfilling me. And the sunlight and the heat, oh, I live for it. But mostly my family. That's the best part. So, all right, Rockers and Mercuryans, it's time for me to go to sleep. I'm so sleepy. This has been a very good live for me right now. So thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for contributing. Um, it's been a beautiful day, and I want to continue creating. If you don't get anything else from this video, keep on creating. Keep on creating. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anybody tell you anything. Somebody messaged me on some app, and they were just like, "Oh, your music is this. Your music talk trash about my music." I'm like, I said, "You're literally trash. Like, are you serious? You're trying to come for me for my music. It's better than your life." Like, it doesn't bother me anymore. I used to be like so mad about things, but it's like people are gonna try to tear you down. You see, I'm switching. They're trying to tear me down, so I'm only sharing this story. I'm not sharing who they are, because they're nobody. But they attack me, and I'm using their attack for good by flipping it and saying, people are gonna attack you. They can go suck one. Keep on creating what you love. No one can tell you what to create. Do you think if I could have sketched those things or painted or do whatever I want or make the songs I make, if I had to get approval from somebody? Absolutely not. Impossible. Like, creativity is supposed to be boundless. It's supposed to be a boundless space to expand within. So that's all I gotta say on that. I'm so sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed immediately. That's it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh wait, let's read this last message. Jazz says, "A miserable person will always try and bring you down to the gutter with them. Keep on being you." Thank you, Jazz. I appreciate you. And that's true. A miserable person will always try and bring you down to the gutter that they exist within. They're birthed in the gutter. And all they know is the gutter, and they want to drag you down to the gutter like it. They're just like it, like the clown, like grab you, pull you down. You know, it's a mess, and they're a mess. And some messes you don't need to clean up. Some messes you just have to let sit there and walk away. Just walk away. Jazz is laughing at me. Jazz, I hope you have a wonderful night. I don't know what time it is for you. I think you're in Cali, right? So it's like 2 hours back. But have a beautiful night. Thank you so much, you guys. Rock on, Mercuryans. Go to rockmercury.com. Oh yeah, so sleepy. I'm about to do some more updates to the website, but I always have been putting more products on my Amazon store. So you go to rockmercury.com, click on my Amazon store, check out things that I buy, including these essential oils, some of them. And I'll be posting a new art gallery on my website soon. I'm going to be posting my different artworks and just going in, I feel like this is time. It's time to take it really seriously. Because I am an artist. That's what I know the best. I love being an artist. I'm honored. It's something I've been since birth. I've always been an artist. And I'm going to celebrate that. So, thank you guys. Rock on, Mercuryans. I appreciate your support. Every view is a support. Every time you think of me, every time you comment, whatever you do, it's support. And at first, I feel like I have to defend myself against people online. But now that I just block the haters, I can really enjoy and support my community and make sure that you guys are doing well. And just connect with you guys. Share things that help me, because I know if it helped me, it could help somebody else. Alright, so rock on, Mercuryans. Bye. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. Bye. I'm going to bed.